It's your $2 Tuesday movie critic, here with another Oscar nominated movie. Today I will be reviewing Lady Bird. Now, I have to say, this movie was kind of cute, kind of quirky. It starred Laurie Metcalf and and I know I'm gonna mess her name up, but Saoirse Ronan. And these two ladies did a really good job in this movie. I just didn't buy them being mother and daughter. And what I mean by that was there was not that chemistry there that parents and child even have, even when there is a divide between them. Okay, so let me start from the beginning. Lady Bird is the name of the main character. Her real name is Christine, or her given name, her parents' given name, and you can understand that if you see the movie, is Christine. But she goes by Lady Bird. Why she chose this name, who knows? She just decided she wanted to be called Lady Bird. And everyone complies for the most part. And it's just basically the movie takes place during her senior year of high school when she's about to graduate. But, and she goes to this Catholic school. And so it deals with what's going on that senior year. And it's kind of weird because she uses that senior year to decide not only do I want to go to college, I want to go to a college out of state. And it seems before that time, based on how they talk about her grades and this and that and other, that she's never really thought about it before or never verbalized it before to that point. And of course, parents being parents, her mom does not want her to leave the state. So there's a little bit of a rift there. But for the other part of the movie, the rift between the mom and the daughter is just, I guess, the mom not having enough of her, always wanting things her way, and blah, 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 blah. And the daughter always saying, "You're always trying to make me feel guilty for everything, blah, 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 blah." And that. Honestly, there was nothing real to me about Lady Bird besides the fact that she was a teenager. Now, in real life, the person, Saoirse Ronan, is not a teenager. So, for that part, she did a really great job playing a teenager. She looked like a teenager. She's only in her 20s, so it's not like she's really old, or older, I should say. But she's in her 20s. She's not far from being the 70-year-old she plays in the movie. And she's not a very likable character in my eyes, mainly because she's very self absorbed. And, you know, every now and then she'll pay attention to others, usually when it is forced upon her to do so. But for the most part, she's very self absorbed. She wants things the way she wants them. It's hard to root for someone like this, or to decide why you're rooting for them in the first place, because she doesn't really have a goal per se, except the goal of, I guess, most teenagers to leave home, to leave the nest, and have an adventure. And she wants to do it on her parents' dime. And I guess by going to college. So, yeah, there's nothing new there, honestly. I mean, I honestly don't even know why this was nominated for a Best Picture Oscar. I kind of do, but it has nothing to do with the movie. I think it has more to do with politics of the Oscars, which I don't like. But Saoirse Ronan has been nominated in the past for an Oscar. I think she actually won. She's been nominated twice before. I think she actually won once. And she's been nominated this third time. And I guess she's the it girl, so to speak. This is the first movie I've ever seen her in. And she did a good job for what it was, but it wasn't that great. And I'm not saying that it was a bad movie. It was a movie about a teenage girl being a teenage girl. So there was nothing best picture Oscar worthy in my eyes for it to be even nominated for that. Or any of the, for the most part, any of the other nominations that they're up for. So we have also Best Director, Greta Gerwig, And I hate to say this, but I believe the reason she got this nomination was because she is a female director. And yeah, because the movie itself is, it's, eh. I mean, it's a cute movie, but it's not, it's nothing, it's like nothing like, oh my gosh, I just saw Lady Bird. This movie was so great. I didn't get that feeling at all. I was just like, it wasn't bad. I could say that. It wasn't as boring as Dunkirk. I could say that, but it was okay. So, I hate to say that's why I think she got it, but that's why I believe she got it for that. Best Actress, Saoirse Ronan. Again, the movie was okay. For the most part, the dramatics that were there were dramatics that she put on herself or she imagined. And, being a regular teenager, girl, guy, I mean, sometimes guys aren't as dramatic, but they can be. So, yeah. And she was just a regular teenager. There was nothing, and I don't want to say there's nothing special about her, but there was nothing special about her or the situation she was in. It was nothing special about it. There were some moments that there was nothing that that any teenage movie hasn't done before. Most of the time as a comedy, but still, and this movie could have gone as a dramatic movie or as a comedy because it was more to me a comedy than it was dramatics. It wasn't that funny, but it had a lot of funny moments, you can say, enough so that I would consider it more of a comedy than a drama for sure. Okay, so again, best supporting actress, Laurie Metcalf. And with this woman, when I think of Laurie Metcalf, I always think of her in Roseanne as the quirky, funny sister, younger sister of Roseanne. And in everything I've ever seen her at, I just think of her as Roseanne's little sister growing up. It she takes on she's older in this movie, of course, and she's a more rigid. She's not very funny. I think they tried to make her be more rigid, and if she was humorous, quite dry humor, and she did pull that off. I have to admit, she wasn't very loose or quirky in this as she is in Roseanne. She was more serious and focused and very I don't want to say bitter, but definitely tired of her daughter and all of her crap, in which I could get because after like halfway through the movie, I was tired of all her daughter and all of her crap. So if that's what they meant by best actress, Saoirse Ronan, okay, but still. Okay. Best supported. Oh, and then best original screenplay. Now, with best original screenplay, it was up against some really high hitters that I think did a way better job than this movie did. And for best original screenplay, some of the other ones were The Big Sick. I have not seen that. I don't know what it's about. The Get Out, which totally, blew Lady Bird out of the water, in my opinion. The Shape of Water, which, no pun intended, also blew Lady Bird out of the water. And Three Billboards, again. So, yeah, if it wins for Best Original Screenplay, again, I think it will be Politics. This movie, it's not even, I won't even say it's a coming of age movie. Now, the old school movies I want to compare it to are two movies that kind of deal with the different aspects of Lady Bird. So the first was the mother-daughter relationship. And that movie kind of like put me in the mind of the movie Terms of Endearment, which came out back in 1983. And this movie starred Shirley MacLaine. Oh my gosh, it's one of my most favorite movies. And there you could actually feel the relationship between the mother and the daughter when it was like at the beginning of it where it was not so great and it was based mainly on the mom not really wanting to feel anything for anyone or not feel anything for this woman that she loves so much that is getting ready to leave because she's married, as opposed to this situation where the mom in the movie Lady Bird doesn't want her daughter to go away because she's still young. She wants her to stay close home and protect it. But still, you're like, I just didn't feel it. I felt it in terms of endearment. So the relationship between Shirley MacLaine's character, which was Aurora, and Deborah Winger's character, the mom and daughter, who was the daughter Emma, was so beautiful and so poignant, and you can feel the way their relationship evolved over the time of the movie. And it started again when the daughter was leaving home. In Lady Bird, it's about the same. The daughter is in her senior year of high school and she wants to leave home, and she doesn't want to tell her mom, but you know, it's just that. And there are a lot of mishaps that happen along the way. And that brings me to my second old school movie that I compare it to, which is the movie Napoleon Dynamite. Uh, this movie was also a movie that dealt with friendships, like Lady Bird's movie, where she has the friendships, she has the boyfriends, she has the girlfriends, things like that. And same thing, Napoleon Dynamite, he has friends too. He has friends with Pedro and his other friends, and these guys, there's actually something going on. These guys belong to the 4-H club. They're very proud of it. And if I remember correctly, it was also Napoleon's. He was in high school. I don't know if it was his senior year, but he was definitely in high school, and it was just almost that one year that you're seeing his life and how it's changing and evolving with his family and with him and the things. And it's just a sweet, simple movie, but it's just so lovable and laughable. And he doesn't do anything that special either, but he has these things in his life that make you want to say, wow, I hope that really happens for Napoleon, or root for him in a certain way with certain things. There's nothing to really root for Lady Bird for, because the only thing that she's really definite about is the fact that she wants to leave home and she wants her name to be Lady Bird. And leaving home, I mean, it's such a teenage thing to do. There was nothing special about her character that you couldn't say about any character in the United States. Teenager anyway, I should say. Also, when I look at best actress, like, and our best actor, actress, or whatever, I see, couldn't someone else play this role and it be just as good, if not better? And yeah, with both roles, I think that Shirley MacLaine could have done better with Laurie Metcalf's character, and any number of teenage girls, or girls playing teenagers, could have done better than Saoirse Ronan. So yeah, neither one of them, I think, deserves that Best Actress or Supporting Actress not nomination, but definitely not the nod to win. Will they? Who knows? She'll probably win because she's won before, and maybe they're trying to get her to be the new Meryl Streep or something. Will Laurie Metcalf win? If either one of them, if this movie wins for anything, honestly, I think it's about politics. It has nothing to do with how well the movie was, because the movie was simple to the point of being too simple, and a bit sweet too. Just a bit, because Lady Bird kind of got on my nerves after a while. Okay, so that is my review for this movie. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think at the bottom of the screen, and I will see you next time.